I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Lord, bless those in attendance today, especially the mothers who have given us their child in defense of our freedom. Lord, let the mothers know that their child's ultimate sacrifice is not in vain. Give guidance to our leaders in government who struggle daily with making projects like this come alive for the betterment of our communities. Lord, let us thank you for implementing the thought, providing the guidance to those with insight towards the planning, construction, and completion of this park. Lord, bless this park, which will carry the memory of U.S. Army Specialist Patrick Tinnell, our brother in arms, who gave his life in defense of our freedom. Lord, bless all who serve in our military. Give them a special place in your heart. Bless the children who will enjoy this park throughout its life. Give guidance to those who manage future sporting events.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, everybody. I mean, when I look at this, this is what's right about America. So give yourself a round of applause. I would also like to thank the Tinnell family and all those that are serving our forces in this great country across the world, and those that have served and have lost their lives and lost loved ones across this country and across this world. So another round of applause for those folks. You know, this is the breath of fresh air that America needs. It's not about what's not possible, it's what you can imagine and what you can accomplish. If you look across all the span of people, young people, old people, all different walks of life, and you're here today to celebrate. That's one of the things that America's great. It's not about what we can't do, it's about what we can do when we put our minds to it. We are a community, and I think when you look at the sacrifice that was given by Patrick Tinnell, he's smiling right now when he sees everybody here gathered together as a community, gathered together where we can share all of this as one. That's what's amazing. And that's what, for me as a member of Congress, I have to get back and actually have to see, especially after the dysfunction that we saw this last week. But you look at the sacrifice that Patrick Tinnell did. At 25, he gave his life so that we could have this opportunity. We also lost another young man by Colin Sassine. His heart is here as well. When we see everybody in this playground, that everybody can have fun and enjoy. So today, take the time to celebrate, enjoy your neighbors, get to have fun, smile a little bit, and take the time to imagine what is possible. Imagine what we work together. Imagine when we celebrate our success. Imagine what we can do when we honor our past. When we look at our past generations and look to the future. Think about this, to the young people out there, maybe you'll be the next BMX superstar. Maybe you'll have an MTV television program. Maybe you're going to be the next congressman from Arizona. Just dream. That's what we got to get people back to dreaming. And I think two young souls are actually out there smiling at us. Thank you for allowing me to come here and enjoy the spotlight with you and share the community spirit. It's greatly needed. So thank you very, very much, and God bless you.
All right, from the Arizona House of Representatives, the House recognition of the Patrick A. Tinnell Memorial Sports Complex. Whereas on April 19, 2006, Private First Class Patrick A. Tinnell became the first of Lake Havasu sons to be killed in action in Iraq. Whereas Patrick Tinnell's ambition to pursue a career as a professional in the X Games world, and for the past 7 years, the Patrick A. Tinnell Memorial Sports Park Committee has been working with the Lake Havasu City community to build the Action Sports Park Complex in Patrick's honor. Whereas this multi-million-dollar, state-of-the-art lakeside facility will be one of the finest of its kind in the nation, and through proposed competitions and contests, it will greatly benefit the community youth and provide a showplace for the X Games throughout the state of Arizona and the United States of America. Therefore, the members of the Arizona House of Representatives hereby honor the memory of Private First Class Patrick A. Tinnell for his tremendous dedication and service for the United States Army, and extends best wishes for the success of the Patrick A. Tinnell Memorial Sports Park Complex in supporting the growth and development of the young people through organized sports and activities. Signed on this day by Andrew M. Tobin, Speaker of the House, Sonny Borelli, House Representative, and Doris Goodale, House Representative. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, I've been walking around here for weeks, talking to young kids and asking them what they want to hear from their elected officials on this glorious day. And they said, we don't want to hear some stuffed shirt politician wearing a coat and tie, babbling on for 20 minutes. So in that honor, and I agree 100% because it's beautiful weather here in Lake Havasu, and I get to lose this tie.
Alrighty.
But as I'm looking around, and the congressman hit some very important points, and I had a prepared speech, but you know what, I figured I'd just speak straight from the heart. I look around here and I see, how did we get here? What did we accomplish? We raised the bar. It seems like every generation wants to raise the bar for the next generation. And as I'm looking through this crowd, I see veterans from the World War II, known as the greatest generations, who halted, obviously, the Nazis in Germany and the Empire of Japan. But I also see children of the Depression who fought in the cold tundra of Korea and halted communist aggression. And then I also look around and I see the baby boomers that fought in the steamy, hot jungles of Vietnam and fought against a well-organized, well-equipped, well-funded communist force that was also halted and decimated the Viet Cong at the battle during Tet Offensive. And then we come into the X generation that fought in Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and took a tyrannical dictator that occupied and invaded Kuwait and kicked his butt out of there and sent him packing back to Baghdad. And then we have Patrick Tinnell's generation, the Y generation. And I think Y is for why not? If you're not on the edge, you're taking up too much space. But I see that generation as our hope and a shining light to our bright future. Because this is a generation that knocked the hell out of the Taliban in Afghanistan, made military history by moving a complete armed force from Kuwait into Baghdad in record time, putting another star, if you're not checking the annals of history. But not only did they do that, but they kicked in palace doors, they drank his whiskey, and smoked his cigars, and kicked ass! As a former safety officer in the Marine Corps, prior to us going out on liberty, I had to give my Marines a safety brief before they went out on liberty for the weekend, so that when they come back nice and safe. Well, of course, I'm looking around at all these obstacles, and the only thing I can say is, well, I'll just be the dad. These obstacles are pretty challenging, so it pretty much would be a moot point, except for all I can say is drink plenty of milk, wear your seatbelts, and don't run with scissors. God bless December 5.
It is so amazing to see this crowd here. I can tell you that this park started as a little kernel, a little dream, and all of you were instrumental in making it actually happen. When I look around here, not only do I see a little bit of business for the emergency department where I work, I see an amazing opportunity for Lake Havasu City, for Arizona, and for this entire country in terms of being state-of-the-art for the X Games. How about you? I thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here to share this with you, to be your state senator down in Phoenix, and I really want to extend from my heart a thank to the Tinnell family, as well as all the veterans out here who make our country free. I also want to say a heartfelt blessing and prayer to the Sassine family. We have known them since we moved here to Lake Havasu 14 years ago, and those moms who lose a child experience something that no one should have to. So please keep them in your hearts and your prayers. And now, the wonderful rendition of the national anthem today was just amazing. And one piece I hope you will take from that is that the future is ours to save. And as I look around here, I have no qualms for our future. It is going to be amazing. So thank you so much for being here and enjoy this awesome park.
And who can deny that this is probably going to be the most spectacular venue for skateboarding, BMX, scooters in the world. I do want to thank Congressman Paul Gosar for being here, State Senator Kelly Ward for being here, and State Representative Sonny Borelli for being here. Each of you do so much for our community, and we thank you very, very much. As all of you know, this sports complex had a very long journey. I became involved about 7 years ago, and the journey started before that. And there were many ups and downs, heartaches, and even a national recession trying to put the brakes on this beautiful complex. And of course, we have to mention that there were some in the community that asked, why? Why build this park? And to that we said, why not? I also would hear that we are spending money on a small segment of the community. Oh, really? Looks a little larger than maybe they thought. And even if that were true, is that not what a community is all about? We do not all play baseball, football, golf, soccer, have a dog, or use pickle courts, hiking trails, utilize ADA facilities, the senior list, or senior center, and the list goes on and on. A good community tries to accommodate as many of its citizens as it can. Clearly, there was a need. Now, Patrick Tinnell was an avid BMX rider. There was no sports complex for him to retreat to, so he often went with his friends out to the desert. The old park didn't even allow BMX riders, but this one does. Patrick would love this park. He joined the Army to protect his country during Operation Iraqi Freedom. He made the ultimate sacrifice. He made the ultimate sacrifice for his country so that future BMX riders and skateboard enthusiasts could live in a free country and live out their dreams. Colin Chaz, he went everywhere with his skateboard. His passion was skating, and he worked very, very hard to perfect his talent. But the old part was inadequate, broken down, and way too small for everyone to enjoy. Unfortunately, he died, but he died doing what he loved, skating. Colin had a dream. He had a dream that one day this park would be built. Well, Colin, we're done, and your dream has come true. There is something for everyone and at all skill levels at this sports complex, and plenty of room, as we can see, for everybody. So whether you're a beginner, like me, or an accomplished enthusiast, like Congressman Gosar, there are plenty of features and tricks in this complex. We can expect regional and national competitions in this park, and that is clearly something we can all look forward to. For those of you standing, just turn around and look at this view. That's the view you're going to see from the top. Who wouldn't want to hold a competition here? This complex is just one more reason that Lake Havasu City has and will receive additional national exposure and recognition. So why build this park? Because it's the right thing to do. For Colin, for Patrick, and for Lake Havasu City. I am so proud of everyone involved. I am proud of the Tinnell Foundation for their vision and persistence. I'm proud of all the sponsors for their dedication to the park. I'm proud of California Skate Parks for their design, hard work, and craftsmanship of this park. They did a great job. And I am incredibly proud of all the volunteers, my fellow council members, and this community for their belief that everyone should have a place to challenge ourselves and perfect our talents. The other day at a town hall meeting, Mayor Scott Smith of Mesa told the audience that Lake Havasu City leaves an indelible impression, and he didn't mean when you fall off your skateboard, on anyone that visits here, and that we should all be very, very proud of our community. Well, he's absolutely right, and projects like this one show our community pride. Thank you very much. Now, before I leave the lectern here, I would like to read a proclamation. I'm going to present this to you, but I'd like to read this. It says, whereas Patrick Allen Tinnell was impassioned with BMX riding since he was 6 years old, an avid and competitive BMX rider in both racing and freestyle, Patrick was known for his daring tricks and his willingness to help others learn and enjoy the sport. And whereas on October 19, 2004, Patrick entered the Army as an infantryman at Fort Benning, Georgia, and following basic training and advanced individual training, received an assignment to the 101st Airborne Division at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And whereas on March 6, 2005, Patrick reported to the 3rd Platoon Charlie Company, 1st Battalion, 187th Infantry Regiment, known as Rakasans. And whereas, as a soldier in the Spartan Platoon of Crusher Company, Patrick quickly displayed competence and dedication and became the M249 Squad Automatic Weapon Gunner of the squad, and in a short time was one of the top SAW gunners in the battalion. And whereas on September 7, 2005, Specialist Patrick Tinnell and the leader Rakasans deployed to Beijing, Iraq, where he continued to prove his abilities as an outstanding soldier with his marksmanship skills and dependability, and earned the position as the M250 caliber gunner on the lead truck during combat patrols. And whereas on April 19, 2006, in Al-Sinea, Iraq, while providing security for a dismounted patrol, Specialist Patrick Allen Tinnell was killed in action when his vehicle was struck by a car bomb. And whereas Specialist Patrick Tinnell received many awards and decorations, including the Bronze Star, a Purple Heart, the Army Commemoration Medal, the Army Good Conduct Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, the Army Service Ribbon, the Iraqi Campaign Medal, and the Combat Infantryman's Badge. And whereas Specialist Patrick Tinnell's bravery and dedication to the defense of our nation will not be forgotten. And we recognize on this day that it takes an extraordinary person to willingly step into harm's way to protect and defend our freedom. Now, therefore, I, Mark S. Nixon, Mayor of Lake Havasu City, Arizona, the most patriotic city in America, do hereby proclaim that October 19, 2013 be designated as Specialist Patrick Allen Tinnell Memorial Day.
What an amazing day! Thank you, everybody. Some of you don't know who I am. I'm the president and co-founder of the Tinnell Memorial Committee. Over the past 7.5 years, I've had the pleasure of working with so many great people that shared my passion and dedication to seeing this park become a reality. I would like to say thank you to my committee for enduring the tough times and celebrating the milestones we achieved together. I do have to say, we made the best of every situation. Right, Julie? The Tinnell Committee did not do this alone. We collaborated closely with our mayor and city council and our amazing Parks and Recs department. We also worked with you, our community. You gave us the moral support we needed to see this project through completion. Thank you to California Skate Parks for your years of guidance and direction. Thank you, Rob Dyrdek and Street League Skateboarding for embracing this park. We are proud to say that it is a certified street league court. Thank you, Debbie Tinnell. You're up there somewhere. Thank you, Debbie Tinnell and your family, for allowing us to honor Pat in this way. Scott and Julie Sassine, thank you for allowing us to help you make Colin's dream become a reality. On a personal note, it has been a privilege and an honor for me to work on this park. I have to thank my 4 boys for always supporting me, even when I would drag them out of bed on a Saturday morning to help me set up a booth. Thank you to my family and friends.
This is Pat's Park, and don't forget it. I'm going to come to this park often, and I'm going to ask every kid I see why this is here. And if you don't know why, I'm going to walk you out and educate you. Right? I just want to thank everybody for their hard work. This was not a one person, this was not a committee, this was a community project from all over. I mean, not just our community, people that come visit us have donated and given for this park. Thank you. Respect the park. We're going to make experts and pros out of this park. It's going to be amazing. So thank you very much. Thank you, Debbie.
Good morning, good afternoon, good everything. This is awesome. I never thought this would be this big or it could ever happen, but I'm here to stand today knowing Pat would be way to go, way to go. That's all he ever wanted to do his whole entire life, is to be a professional bike rider. And today, he would be down here riding along with everybody. And I know he's proud. I have a speech here. I don't know if I can do it or not. I have it written out, but I'm just winging it right now. There we go. I stand here today humbled and truly honored by the generosity of this community. 7.5 years ago today, Pat lost his life in a wreck. Lake Havasu's response was immediate. There were literally hundreds of people visited my home, called, sent cards, flowers, and most of all told the heartfelt prayers of Patrick's family. Still to this day, I'm in awe of the tremendous outpouring of love and help my family bear with the loss of my child. Within hours, a man named Todd Taylor called my home and asked about building a park and a memorial to my son. He said he was just pulling into a driveway and heard the news that a Lake Havasu soldier had been killed. He wanted to do something. He went to Donna Bess Carlton and asked, what can we do to honor this young man? She knew of Patrick's love for BMX riding and how he helped mentor kids for many years. She didn't hesitate. She replied, build a park. And from that seed, 7.5 years later, the park became a reality. And during all of these years, the dedication has remained constant. There has been donations of countless hours of time, money, materials, and labor. Thank you to each and every one of you. I would like to thank the former mayor, Harvey Jackson, the former council, Mayor Nixon, and the entire city council, and the community of the Lake Havasu City. I would also like to have special thanks to Todd Taylor, Rochelle Lively, March Banks, Mark Talley, Julie Sessing, and all the young people that have served on the committee throughout the years. I have told this story before, however, I believe it's appropriate to tell again. In 1914, a boy went to the war. Before he left, he chained his bike to a tree near his home. The soldier never returned, but his family kept the bike there. Today, that tree still stands, and the tree has grown around the bike, becoming a part of the tree. That is what this sports park is. It will grow around Pat's spirit and his love for riding. 7 years ago, I had the privilege to go out on the Interstate 40 and participate in the Run to the Wall, where the veterans and others began the journey in California, and they rode their motorcycles to the Vietnam Wall in our capital. 3 riders rode separately off the freeway to tell us that for its little size, Lake Havasu shows more patriotism than any other city across the country. And that is clearly demonstrated today as I see this awesome park. There are no words to describe this appreciation and the deepest gratitude of myself and my family. May God's continued blessing be in this park, on this park, our community, our country, and may this war end and bring all our children home. Thank you.
For the one or two people out there that don't know who I am, my name is Julie Sessi. I got involved with this effort in 2007 after our son Colin was killed skateboarding. He was in our driveway making elements from whatever he could. There was a ladder, a box, whatever he could find. He landed a jump, he tripped, and he fell into the path of an oncoming car. He was 14 years old. He was passionate about the thought of this park. Colin was all about this park dream and completely respected the sacrifice of Patrick Tinnell. He would come home and tell me about it. It was his passion that pushed me to get involved. If he couldn't be involved, his mama was going to be involved. This park was an outlet for my grief. Everybody deals with grief differently, and I just felt that I needed to do something productive. As many people can tell you, there were tears cried along the way. There was so much sadness behind the beginning of this park. But today is not a day to reflect on the sadness. This is a day of celebration. It is a happy day. I was going to say there was no tears today, but the mayor and Kelly got me crying a little bit. But they were happy tears. The journey to this day has not been without its ups and downs. There were times that I wanted to tie Todd and Mark to a post and leave them in the desert with the coyotes. They probably wanted to do the same thing to me a few times. So there were days that Rochelle and I would cry, wondering if we would ever get to the finish line. But there's been some fun times too that I will never forget. Rochelle and I using our rusty flirtation skills at car shows to sell raffle tickets. We always said that we would do whatever it took. We put on the world's biggest garage sale with the leftover wardrobe from the movie Piranha. A week that I'll never get back, and thinking about the wardrobe still makes me blush, and if you've seen the movie, you kind of know what I'm talking about. As a committee, I think we've sold at least 1 million raffle tickets, and I don't think that that's an exaggeration. I personally rolled 10,000 rolls of coin because I couldn't bear to spend the donated funds taking it to Coinstar. And the crowning moment for me personally was stupidly throwing out a challenge that if $1,000 was pledged, I would ride a skateboard down, and the operative word is down, McCulloch. You're welcome. Thank you. To go skateboarding on Skateboarding Day 2012. Well, thanks to my evil friend Michelle Webb, the $1,000 was raised, and I still have road rash scars to commemorate my first time ever riding a skateboard. This feat alone should get me coolest mom ever. I'm going to end with just a comment about safety. I work at the hospital with Kelly Ward, and I have to tell you, I do cringe a little bit thinking about our ER volumes going up. So please pursue your passions here, but be safe, wear your helmets. My husband and I have donated $500 worth of helmets here. Please see Luther, he's here somewhere and he has them, so please see him if you can't afford to buy a helmet. I'm just so proud of our committee about what we've achieved. I know that Colin and Pat are together in heaven right now, just getting the biggest kick out of seeing this completed. I want to thank Joe from California Skate Parks. He asked me, what kind of memorial do you want to see? And I didn't want anything to be a bummer, and I just kind of left it in his hands, and the C at the bottom of the stairs is what he came up with, and I just couldn't be happier about that. Thank you, be safe, be passionate about this park. It's yours now. Congratulations.
Oh boy. Wow. I don't get nervous at many things, but I'm nervous. Like, I've flipped cars and been attacked by sharks and tigers. This is more nerve-wracking than that. I'm very humbled by this. You know, I'm someone that completely and totally lives the American dream, and it wouldn't be possible without the men and women that served in armed forces, and especially someone like Patrick, you know. So I thank all of you, and I'm truly a product of the freedom that this country gives us, you know. This project is really overwhelming. You know, the community support from Michelle and Todd and how it got pushed to the council members and the mayor getting behind it. And this is truly a city project that I've never seen. I've done a lot of parks, you know, built them all over the country. And to give you guys an idea, beyond the hard work, this is without a doubt one of the best skate parks in the world. It's and I know my fellow pro skateboarder here is going to love it. Don't forget that. But this is not just a park where it's great for the community, which it is, because it's probably going to like birth one of the greatest skateboarders to ever live, ever, right? But it's going to draw, it's a straight tourist attraction. Every person that rides a skateboard on the planet Earth is going to come here, enjoy this beautiful city, and skateboard on this. This is actually a lot of the design from our Street League X Games course in Brazil. This is the high-level, world-class course, and we plan on bringing out real events with the top pros and having incredible events and arguably probably the most beautiful view of a skate park of anything in history. So, again, you know, I know Colin would be going crazy over something like this, wouldn't even believe that this even existed, and I'm glad that his mother could be a part, and I'm glad she skateboarded a little bit just to get that. Because trust me, road rash is just part of the business. So, you know, I don't want to take up too much time. Clearly I don't ride speeds, I just kind of mumble. So thank you all for coming out. This is truly humbling and an incredible experience, and to the city and Josie for building another complete and total masterpiece. The Street League pros for coming out, and everybody that's going to enjoy it. Let's cut the ribbon and let people ride.
Those who weren't with us too long, life's the most precious thing and you can lose. While you were here, the fun was never ending. Less a minute was all we never get it. Till October, never was for you.
Pat started off, he moved here in 1988. Pat started kindergarten here to then graduated 2000. His whole life he did BMX. He started as little. We started out in Sayers Park. We built millions of jumps. He had a half pipe in the backyard. He had thousands of children that he rode bikes with, his BMX. He just loved that sport. And when he was young, he told me that's what he wanted to do for his whole life. And that's what he did for a living. And then he got an idea to join went into the military. And he joined in 2004, October 19, 2004. And he went to Iraq, and he was killed on April 19th in 2006. And then a gentleman named Todd Taylor talked to Donna Bess Carlton, spoke to her. She's head of the Parks and Recs, and they said build a park. And then that blossomed into this huge thing. From that day, they formed a committee, and they would never stop. From pennies to hundreds to thousands were donated. Nobody stopped. Everybody didn't think this was going to happen. A lot of people didn't believe that this city could do it, and they did it. And a lot of help, a lot of everybody, a combination of thousands of people, from small to little children to large, everybody, adults, never stopped of the dream. And today we're standing here, and here it is. It actually, this is what Pat would have wanted. This is what, and he would have been right there with all of them. So in his honor, that's what this community thought we should just push forward and do. And it turned into a place that's unbelievable. I look at it and I think it would be this magnitude. And fortunately for everybody here, these children will have a place to go and enjoy.
My name is Tony Chelowa.
Todd Taylor. 7.5 years ago, I'm pulling in my driveway, heard on the radio that Patrick had died. I had worked with another gentleman in Havasu on another kind of fun weekend for a bunch of Marines that had a really bad day in Iraq, and we put on a really good party for him. So I called him up and said, hey, you know, what are we doing? Someone's got to be doing something for this kid. It's a local kid that was, you know, died in Iraq. I don't think at the beginning, I don't think we ever dreamt of something this big coming out of it.
Just getting all the people on board and getting them all interested in it and getting them focused on trying to take care of the kids and having them a place that's safe to skate. They had turned off the lights at the park, and there was people skating everywhere, and they were getting in trouble. So we had formed the committee originally to try and get the lights turned off, which turned into building a whole brand new skate park.
We really thought we were going to just add some elements to the old park, build a statue or something for Pat. We never had in the early beginnings, we never really would have thought that this kind of park would have been built. So it's awesome, but it took a committee, it took a whole community, and visitors from outside of Havasu have donated their time and money to make this happen. And you know, Mayor Nexon, he's really the one that stepped out of the box, figured out a way to fund this thing. And it's, you know, thanks to Mayor Nexon, if he didn't come up with the way to fund this park, we would still be standing in a pile of dirt. You know, the main thing I want everybody to take away from this and remember, this is Pat's park.
Yeah.
And Pat did the ultimate sacrifice. This would have been his dream. I'm sure myself and everybody involved, especially Pat's mom and family, I would much rather be standing in that old crummy little park we had with Pat than be here at this beautiful state-of-the-art park. But considering what did happen, this is what Pat would have wanted.
My name is Joe Ciaglia. I'm the owner of California Skate Park. Our company has basically designed skate parks for about the last 14 years. We built skate parks all over the world, Germany, Brazil, China, and over the US. And actually one of the most amazing projects we've done is here in Lake Havasu, Arizona. So we're also getting involved with things like Street League professional events and X Games. And we try to create an amazing facility that could service X Games and Street League competitions for Lake Havasu.
Hi, my name is Steve Hernandez, here with Baker Boys Distribution, Volume 4 Clothing, Death Wish Skateboards, and Baker Skateboards. And we're here for the skate park opening in Lake Havasu. This park is actually probably one of the best skate parks I've ever seen. In comparison to the skate parks that I grew up skateboarding, which were much smaller in size, this is just, it's like an amusement park for skateboarders and bikers alike. It's a really amazing park, and for, like I said, someone like me that's been skating for 22 years, it's probably the best park I've ever seen and skated.